Water, water, water. How you feel? Talk to me. Good round. Good round. I think we got that one. Good round. Good round. I need more jabs, though. All right? And don't walk into stuff. All right? Because he's setting you up for the right hand. So, hey, down and up. Down and up with your jab, okay? Good hooks. That right hand to the body's working, isn't it? Okay, so it's bringing under, over, and back over the top. Under, over.
Don't head on him. And move your head. Round 2, stay with your plan. 3 and 4 punches and get down in this motherfucker's belly.
Here you see Tor Hammer do something nobody's been able to do. Land a beautiful right hand right on the chin of Andy Ruiz Jr. And this is something that I don't see happen too often with him. But once again, this step up in class shows you that guys bring a different arsenal to the game. Straight right hand, right on the eye this time, a little bit higher than the last one. But Tor Hammer has been able to do something that I've never seen none of those other guys do to Andy Ruiz.
And by CompuBox count, Hammer was the more accurate puncher in the first round, landing 19 out of 45 to 18 out of 58 for Andy Ruiz.
Part of its mentality, Hammer is showing up to win. So not only does he have an amateur background, but some physical advantages, but he doesn't come into the ring already defeated.
The instructions between rounds in Tor Hammer's corner were delivered by Sean Razor, who has been his trainer through his amateur and professional career. And in Andy Ruiz's corner, it was Jeff Germosha, who was giving him some feedback on how to better handle Tor Hammer. Good jab by Ruiz. Good left hook by Tor Hammer.
Part of it too, Ruiz is a small or a short heavyweight, but he doesn't fight like a short heavyweight. He fights just like a you know, kind of traditional boxing skills. He's not bobbing and weaving and trying to get under, you know, and getting in his opponent's chest, just boxing him. And I think that he's paid a little bit for that in this fight.
Yeah, what you see though from what his corner is saying is that they want him to push the issue a little bit and try to wear Hammer down a little bit. Because condition.
Hard right hand by Ruiz.
Ooh.
Hammer keeps throwing, but that was a clean shot.
Both of them are landing some vicious shots in here.
Because of the body style, it's inevitable that Ruiz will be compared among boxing fans to Buster Mathis. But to me, the big difference is he's a bigger hitter than Mathis ever was.
Bigger hitter, and to me, he's much more skillful than Mathis was. Mathis wasn't a bad guy, but...
Senior or junior are we talking about
We're
now?
talking about senior here.
Yeah.
We're talking about the far more accomplished of the two Buster Mathis.
Junior wasn't bad either, but...
No, Junior wasn't bad.
Mathis Senior fought some pretty good guys. And Andy Ruiz is taking some hard shots.
That was another good right hand by Tor Hammer, and he landed a left hook behind it as well.
If I was in Tor Hammer's corner, I'd tell him do not get close to Andy Ruiz. You're doing so much better with that straight right hand from a distance.
Whatever happens here, there's going to be a reevaluation of Ruiz after this because he is being hit so easily by Tor Hammer in these first 2 rounds with hard shots.
And that long right hand, and we know that's what Klitschko is known for.
Vladimir Klitschko.
Yes.
He seems, Ruiz, though, very comfortable exchanging those kind of shots like it's no big thing. We'll see.
Well, he is Mexican.
Moments ago, Zhou Shiming finally made it back to the locker room, and here's a look at how elated Zhou was with his 3rd professional victory, performing in front of a Chinese audience, or a largely Chinese audience, dominating an outclassed opponent, but nevertheless, it's still a big thrill for him in the early stage of his professional career.
Bang, bang.
Be patient, and when you're in the clinches, what the fuck? Break it.
Here you see Tor Hammer land a good lead left hook followed by a straight right hand, both high on the head, but punches that are landed from the outside when he has the better distance. From that range, he's a much better puncher than when he's close.
The geometry of the fight has so far favored Hammer. Power shots in round 2. Ruiz landed 12 of 38. That's all right. But Hamer was 18 out of 35, landing more than half his power shots. Once again, underlining exactly what Max said. There'll be a reevaluation because Ruiz has been easier to hit here than those who have so much enthusiasm about him might have suspected.
Including Roy and me, I think.
Exactly.
Hamer, you know, is a prospect in his own right, or was until not too long ago, but is here as an opponent. Someone forgot to tell him. You know,
Hard
it's a
right
test
hand
for
by
Ruiz.
Hamer again.
It's a step up for Ruiz, but it's not a fight that Ruiz is supposed to lose. He's supposed to win and look good and be tested somewhat. I think he's already been tested more maybe than anticipated.
A whole lot more.
These first 3 rounds look really good for Tor Hamer. But if there's one failing which has marked his career, it's a stamina problem. That's something about which he has to worry as he builds a lead in the early rounds.
And I think that's going to be his big issue here tonight, Jim, is the stamina part. As you see, Ruiz is very smart, going to the body on a guy because he realizes the guy's starting to tire a little bit.
Yeah, there's a sense that Hamer's a bit of a front runner, even if he gets off to a fast start. And Ruiz is just keeping that steady pressure on him.
As we saw that last right hand that Tamer just throwed had nothing on it.
Against a fighter named Vyacheslav Glaskov at the end of 2012 in Bethlehem, Pennsylvania, Hamer had a sensational first 2 rounds, got off to a big lead. By the end of the 4th round, he was done. Stayed on his stool and didn't come out for the 5th.
Still in the heavyweight division, you're taking a risk. These are big guys swapping big punches. And the thought that, well, you can survive some early rounds, rough stuff, and break a guy later in the fight, boy, it's a risk getting out of those early rounds, these big guys throwing punches.
But Ruiz is starting to take over a little bit here in the 3rd round.
Take over a lot.
And those up and down combinations that I was talking about that we don't see many heavyweights throw.
And Hamer is now much more on the defensive than was the case in the first couple of rounds, as Ruiz is starting to land combinations.
And look at the quick hands for the heavyweight by the bigger Ruiz.
So suddenly here in round 3, Ruiz is a rising tide and Hamer is a sinking ship.
The Hamer's about done. Body shot just took it all out of him. There's no more fight really left in him, I don't think.
Fascinating how quickly it turned.
Yes.
Step back.
Hamer walks back to his corner with his head down, his hands down, breathing from his mouth. Meanwhile, the wrapping of Brandon Rios' hands by Robert Garcia, while Freddie Roach, no friend of Garcia's at this point, watches from close range. There is tension between the two camps now, after a very friendly publicity tour, which made it appear as though Pacquiao and Rios were getting to be buddies. They aren't anymore after what happened this week.
I said when you're through punching, what are you doing? What are you going to do when you're through? That's it. All right, good round.
I'm not sure that Tor Hamer's coming out for the 4th round. He's not.
Bring it in, Andy.
He's not. It's done. Just like that, Sean Razor and Tor Hamer made a decision in their corner that they were done. And after landing 29 out of 57 punches in the 3rd round, Andy Ruiz has a TKO victory as Tor Hamer quits on the stool for the 2nd time in the last year.
Because once you quit, it gets easier to quit. And when things aren't going his way, he obviously has the ability to compete physically, but mentally and emotionally, you know, he can go to that place. Ruiz comes over and tells us he was only warming up at a time when Hamer was all done.
Well, Jim said he walked slowly back to his corner. He didn't walk back, he stumbled back.
This is a look back on tape at the conversation between Tor Hamer and his trainer, Sean Razor. And at some point here, I'm told you will see him say, "I'm done." And this is the trainer who's been with him throughout his boxing career. Got to be embarrassing on some level for him to say to him after the way he fought the first 2 rounds, I'm finished here.
I think also the Abdusalamov situation is on everybody's mind, maybe including and especially a heavyweight boxer from the New York area who's starting to take a lot of shots in his head.
Come on, Max. Come on. This is fighting. That has no business being on your mind when you step in the ring to defend yourself.
Do you think maybe it is on his mind? Yes or no?
No, it's not on his mind. He quit last time before that happened. So because he quit last time, like you said, it's much easier for him to quit again.
Let's go to Michael Buffer for the official particulars on the TKO.
Gentlemen, here at Macau, the Venetian Macau, referee is informed that Torhamer is unable to continue the official